Okay, I figured I'd make you a quick video because it's still raining today. I just looked at the gauge. We're sitting at just shy of an inch since, well, I had a 1/10 last night and I didn't dump the gauge. So between when I checked it last night and right now, we're at about an inch, and it's still coming down, and it's supposed to rain tomorrow too. So Lord knows what we're actually going to get out of it, but safe to say we're going to be out of the field for a minute. But on the upside, Wednesday evening into Thursday, we're supposed to warm up, and it's supposed to start being in the upper 60s, low 70s pretty consistently after this little cold spell, it looks like. So hopefully that comes true. Anyway, on to what we're talking about in this video. So since I talked about the possible chicken coop project of tearing that stable down and fixing the foundation and building new on top of it, which is going to be a project for another year, had people commenting about the chicken coop project. So I think I have an interim temporary get the chicken situation underway with this shed back here, because it's really not good. I'm not gonna say it's not good for anything, but it can't really, it's not really slated for anything at the current moment, and might as well do something to utilize it because I need to get some work done to it before it just turns to hell anyhow. I am not 100% sure exactly what this building served, or what purpose this building served at its inception. The lady that I bought the house from said this is where they kept their hogs. However, I have a high, it just does not, I don't see how, unless you have like 2 hogs, I don't see how this could be a hog shed. But I think it would make a pretty decent little chicken coop, at least for the time being. Structurally, it's really not in that bad a shape. I do have to, the roof tin is all popping up. It needs re-nailed, and when I put it on, I'll probably actually just use sheet metal screws so that it's not a problem again. But I'll have to pull all the tin off, and there are a couple rafters that need a little attention, although they're not terrible. Most of them could probably be fixed by sawing them off and sistering them together, or sistering in new ends. And then this really needs a yeah, that's what I'm looking for, one of these fascia board. I don't know why this side has it and that side doesn't, but it obviously helped protect the end grain on this side a lot better having it there. I don't know if it was there at one time and for some reason it got removed, but basically that's what I would have to do, is some of these rotted off rafters, saw them off, sister in new ends, and then run a fascia board down it. And there are a couple like this guy here that for some reason is coming up off of the header board. But oh, and then this one, oh, that one just broke off. So, but inside, because the roof is actually fairly decent, most of the structural, I mean, everything in here is pretty solid. I will have to, all this particle board needs to go. I'm hoping, I'm pretty sure that the reason they used to use that stuff was it's flame resistant. Hopefully if I get a hot enough fire burning, it will burn. And then the other stuff I got to figure out, I don't know what to do with all this crap on the floor because it's got remnants of particle board and Lord knows what else. So it's not like, and I think there's manure in there and Lord knows what else. But since it's got all the other crap in it, I can't just take it and spread it out on a field. But it would be fairly easy to get some nesting boxes on that wall, or yeah, that wall there. I would have to make some new windows. Obviously you're going to want something that's easy to open and close so that when the weather's nice you can vent them. So you'll have to have chicken wire on the inside and make the windows open out. And then put build a new door for it. And the back here, probably end up putting a 2-piece door in it so that during the day you can just open the bottom half of it so the chickens can come and go as they please. And then would end up scrubbing out all the underbrush back here in this little patch of trees and pushing out what trees I can. There's really not too many big ones, but I think there's some. I think most of them are probably too big for the mini. But this ground is also really loamy back here, so they would actually probably push pretty easy. Need to get that out of there too. If you guys would have seen this when I first bought it, I couldn't even see. I've told this story before, but I couldn't even see this shed. I did not know this shed was here when I bought the place. Did not know it. This was all grown up. I think it came out about even with the telephone or with the power pole. And I think the only reason it was cleared to there was because AEP had the right-of-way cleared, so they had that cleared for access. But the pole was all grown up with grapevines and crap. And then you can tell where the lawn changes, how far out this all used to be grown up. It was out clear out into here. And then this right here was all an Osage orange thicket that came out to about here. So I had a friend of ours that rented a forestry mower. They have an excavation business, and they had a job where they had to rent a forestry mower for their skid steer. So while he had that, I had him come out and mow this out, and then I pulled out all the big trees that were too big for him to hit with the mulcher, and got rid of this whole fence row, and he pushed it back here. But anyway, before all that happened, I was out here. It was, I can't remember if it was the first or the second. It had to have been the first summer, because I would have noticed that when all the leaves died off. But the first summer I was out here, I was out mowing one day, and it was after a rain, and I happened to be coming down the yard here, and I saw a glint. I just so happened to look in the right spot through the trees, and I saw a glint, and it's like, what the heck is that? And there was a hole in the brush here. I could walk through it. It's like, holy shit, there's a shed back here. So, and it needs a little bit of work. That block's cracked there, and it could use a little bit of mortar work. But I think for the time being, it could very quickly and very easily, without much TLC, just a good cleaning up and a little bit of woodwork, could very easily be made into a pretty quick chicken coop. Which I'm wondering if that's actually what it was at one point, not a hog shed, because it just looks more like it would be a chicken coop than a hog shed. But I could be wrong. It seems like somewhere on some of this tin, I actually saw where it said, maybe not, maybe that was a different. I thought some of this still had the stenciling on it of what steel mill it came, or what steel mill, galvanized mill, whatever you want to call it, but maybe not. So that's it's probably going to be a project for this summer, is to piddle away at this. Like I say, strip the roof off real quick, fix what trusses need fixed, just reuse the tin, nail it back, or screw it back down so that it's on there good, and scrub all this out and fence it in, just this little spot right here. And I don't think it'd take, a week of work, and we could have a chicken coop out of it. So that's kind of a plan. That's kind of a summer project we can look forward to in between. Well, probably gonna start on it when we get done planting, because this is something I could work on in between spraying and whatnot. But yeah, I'm not looking forward to figuring out how to get rid of this crap, because there's just so much junk in it. I'm hoping So I started another fire or burn pile down there, and there's some more crap, more dead stuff from when they logged the woods laying down there I can throw on. My hopes are it's dry enough that it'll dry up enough this summer I can get all the way to the pile with a loader tractor, and I have to dig through that or mud my way through that pond that's growing right there. And if I can get that fire going and get it burning hot enough, I could just dump all that crap on it and it would incinerate. Would be the ideal situation. So anyhow, I figured I would do this video because the weather's still crap and I can't do a whole lot, and well, I'll give everybody an update on kind of what we're planning on as far as getting the chicken coop thing going. So that's the plan. So that's it for this one. I'll catch you guys on the next one.